Oh, hello, I need to look at the camera. I love getting dressed up to go out, and that is a statement that will not surprise anyone who has either lived with me or had to put up with the amount of faffing I do regarding hair, makeup and getting dressed. Over the past couple of years I have become inspired and obsessed with performance artists like Christine McConnell and Dita Von Teese, television shows like The Marvellous Mrs. Maisel and The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, and costumers like Dandy Wellington, who is the inventor of the straw boater ball, the fabulous Kathy Hay, Rachel Maxey, just to name a few. But the combination of these influences plus my theatrical tendencies and a love of getting dressed up have led me away from fast fashion trends and the modern kind of ever-changing style, not to mention many pairs of skinny jeans, towards a more vintage, slow fashion, sometimes even handmade wardrobe. Instead of showing you basically my entire dressing up box, I thought I'd show you the smallest section, which is my vintage reproduction clothing. These are made by companies normally quite small scale, looking at designs from the 20th century and reimagining them in modern fabrics. Now, this does come with the usual ethical problems of modern clothing. As I said, a lot of these companies are smaller, some of them are even handmade in the UK, and it's also possible to buy things like this second-hand, especially if people have tried the aesthetic and found it wasn't for them after all. All the things in my wardrobe have a 30 wear rule attached to them, and I do try and buy second-hand if I can, so that helps limit my environmental and ethical footprint. If you'd like an entire video on kind of the ethics of buying vintage, thrifting, making by hand and buying second-hand, I would be very happy to do that. Just drop me a comment below. So the plan is to introduce you to each item individually and then show you them working within a completed outfit. Just a quick bit of housekeeping before we get started. If you enjoyed this video, please do give it a like and feel free to subscribe. It would be an absolute honour to have you back for another video with us next week. If you have any feedback, leave me a comment down below, and please do share these videos because it helps other people find the channel, which at the moment is a bit like trying to find Grimmauld Place, squeezed in a tiny gap and only there if you're very specifically looking for it. So without further ado, I'm going to show you what I've got in my wardrobe that is vintage reproduction. Starting with this dress I've got on here, it is by a clothing company called British Retro. They make vintage reproduction dresses mainly, but a few skirts, tops and coats as well. It's handmade in the UK and I got this one second hand on Depop. It is also long enough to wear a petticoat underneath. You can wear it without, I'm wearing it without today because it's quite warm, but you can give it a bit of extra oomph in the skirt if you want to. Speaking of petticoats, this is mine. I've only got one so far. It's cream and it is by, I believe, Hellbunny, which is a company that's designed in England. It is synthetic fabric. I don't tend to wash it very often, so the microplastics are fairly minimal. I've got the longer one and I've got it with quite a large waistband just because you can tighten it up. This goes under the next dress I'm about to show you as well. This is probably my favourite thing that I've got in my wardrobe. It is a beautiful midnight blue velvet dress with a circle skirt and it is absolutely covered in stars. This is by Collectif. I think it's one of their mainline dresses that they bring out every year. It's a little bit warm to be wearing it at the moment, but it is perfect for Christmas, colder months. It's stunning and I just love it. Now this wasn't second hand, this was bought for me as a gift for completing my master's degree and I've got so much wear out of it already. Next up we have some shoes. These are from a brand called Luluhun. They are another London based brand and the box is amazing. Battery died, so I'm gonna start where I left off. They have this really cute little logo on the bottom. They aren't too high, which means you can wear them all the time, and they have little stars on. I have so many things with stars on. I'm a little bit obsessed at the moment. I'm sure that will change. It used to be, well, for a while it was owls. You know, it's been stars for a while. They are black, but they've got that baby blue tint to them, and I think they're gorgeous. So dresses are a great thing to have because you don't really need to do a lot to make yourself look of an era if you're just wearing a dress. I have, however, got some separates, and these were the first things I bought that were kind of vintage reproduction consciously. The top I'm about to show you is again from Hellbunny. It's got that kind of rockabilly vibe. I don't normally go for that, but in this instance, because it was also floral, I loved it. It's this blouse, it's got a rose print and a lovely kind of high collar that ties the front with a bow. Short sleeves and little buttons that go down the front. And I think you could wear this with jeans if you were going somewhere where you didn't feel maybe as confident wearing a full vintage get-up. You can make this look as modern or of its time as you like, really. Now, I don't really know much about the ethics of Hellbunny as a company. I will have to look into it. This is definitely synthetic fabric, and although it does look quite cool, it's a little bit toasty in the summer. And the last item of clothing I've got to show you is this pair of forest green high-waisted trousers. They've got a bow on the front that's detachable and little buttons on the front and the back. So you could attach suspenders to these if you wanted to. They've got a zip up the side and they've got pockets. They're very, very long. I actually had to take these up because they were a little bit too long for me. But you can wear these with shirts, you can wear it with a cute little top. So these are in an extra small. I kind of wish I'd got them in the small now because they're getting a little bit tight for me. They are quite stretchy though. And they are from a company called Apparel. Now, I don't know much about this company either. They are designed in England but made in China. I kind of wish I'd found these second hand now, but I really like the shape of them. They're very comfy. Yeah, I've had a lot of wear out of these so far, and I'd quite like to have some high-waisted trousers in other colours. As much as I love green, black pair, maybe a sort of paler summery colour would be nice as well. Just keep my eyes peeled. Are they peeled? The last thing I'm going to show you is a pair of shoes that I've had for many years. And I saw them in a shoe shop and I think I looked at them every time I went past for about 6 months. I was just like, I don't need them, I don't need them. Why would I want these shoes? They're beautiful, that's why. They are a pair of shoes, little heels from Ruby Shoes, which are a company that makes sort of slightly eccentric footwear. And oh, they're just so pretty. I mean, so impractical because look at the colours. But I have got a fair amount of wear out of them. I love the little tassels. They're kind of a William Morris print and they're quite a Victorian shape. I don't tend to stick to one era. I don't have any vintage reproduction clothes that go with these. These are very much like a standalone shoe, but anything that's kind of pink, white, blue, or even maybe a touch of green, I could give that a go. These go with that, and they have a nice wooden effect heel. I could just sit and stare at these all day and be very happy. In fact, that is what I might do for the rest of my day. So now I've shown you everything individually. I wanted to give you a sort of idea of what these things look like on. Thank you for watching, and here they are as outfits.